Starting now. Started streaming.
Count it down. Count it down.
3, 2. All right, it's coming.
That was too
Excellent.
quick.
Excellent. Okay. Um. So I'm getting the stream feedback, which is great. I have it unlisted just in case it didn't work. So I'm gonna send the link.
Wait, is this B? Yeah, it is.
Cancel. Okay. One concurring viewer. How?
Oh. I
Oh
didn't
my
say
God,
you're
our-
live.
Yeah, because
Oh my God,
technically
our
I'm
first
not.
fan.
No.
I'm gonna fix it now, but everything is working.
I didn't
my
say
God,
you're
our-
live.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is working. All right, I'm gonna click live now.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys.
See.
In 3, 2, 1. Saving it. Okay, the stream should be going live to everyone now.
Let me check. Yep, it's live.
It is live lit. Hi, welcome to all the people here for the live stream. Yes, okay, that's the first thing that popped up. Okay. Yes, okay, that's the first
Absolutely
thing.
body that thumbnail, brother Mike.
Absolutely smashed it.
Really good, man.
Okay.
Looks good.
It does look good. How you guys doing? Just gonna tweet it out real quick, and we will continue. We are live
Boom, boom, boom.
about the James Harden trade. All right, let's go. I can't wait to talk about it with the gang. Okay, I pull up.
Oh man, completely forgot. Took me out of the trade stuff.
I'm hype. Alright, let's go. We are live. Okay, I see 2 views, so we're definitely live. How you guys doing today? If you guys know, we are Fearless Sports Talk, and this is our first live stream, so I hope you guys are enjoying. If you guys don't know, my name's Brad.
My name's Mike.
My name's Kenny.
And my name is Nick.
And we are Fearless Sports Talk. And for today's video, by the title, live stream, by today's live stream, we have some breaking news. And today's breaking news is that James Harden was traded to the Brooklyn Nets. Now, we're going to break down this trade for everyone. I'm sure all you guys saw it already, but let's break it down. Okay. Where should we start, guys? Where should we start? Where should we start? Do we talk about Rockets first? Do we talk about Nets first? Like, where do we start this?
We should probably talk about the Rockets, considering that I think they got the better end of it. So maybe we could talk about that first.
So let's talk about the Rockets, okay? The Rockets. You guys traded James Harden, an all-star, for... Who has it right in front of them? I know they have Victor Oladipo, and that's it, and a lot of picks. Of my understanding.
Dante
They got a
Exum.
lot of picks.
They got Dante Exum and I think Karooks.
Okay. I never watched Karooks play before. I watched a couple Dante Exum games. How is Karooks? Like, does he have high upside? Like, how good is he?
He's
I
good.
think
He's a good role player off the bench. You know, he's good.
Okay.
Karooks.
All right.
I mean, like he's not like crazy good, but you know he's decent.
All right. Now, when the news first broke, were we thinking W or L, Mike? W or L with this news?
Wait, for what? For like the Rocket side?
Yeah, the Rocket side. We're just talking about the Rockets.
I mean,
The Rockets.
I when I seen it, I was like, yeah, it's a W for the Rockets because, bro, you gotta think about it. They have the Nets picks, like they own the Nets picks from 2021 all the way to 2020. I think 27 or 28. Like they own the Nets' future, and I just feel like I feel like they got the better end of the deal, and plus Oladipo's on an expiring contract, so like they could either give him money because Oladipo's looking for like 20 mil. Like he already said it. I forgot when he said it, but I think he said like early on this year. He said he was looking for like 20 mil like a year, and I don't think he's gonna get that. But like, yeah, like I just think I think they got the better end of the deal.
Kenny, from the Rockets standpoint, what you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, the only way they kind of like messed up is, for me, in my opinion, is they should have kept Karis LeVert instead of going for Oladipo. For me, in my opinion, I think Karis LeVert has a better upside of being pretty good. Him on Indiana is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, Karis LeVert could be pretty good.
Yeah, that's definitely
We seen what he could
do.
Yeah, that is. We could see what he does when Kyrie and Durant were not on the team last year. He was dropping like 30 a night most of the time.
So then that's my
in terms of like Rockets. In terms of like the Rockets, I guess long term they kind of did get the better of the trade long term, yeah. So, but we'll see.
So that's where I was a bit confused, right? Because they still were I thought they wanted a young player, a young star, like you said. When LeVert was the star of the Nets, he was dropping buckets, right? So instead of getting the younger, bigger upside player in LeVert, they went with the player who's better now in Oladipo, but probably won't be better according to like if LeVert stays playing well in a couple years. Like, why would they do that? Why aren't they looking for the future? They own the Nets' future, but what about their future? Like, I don't know. That was a weird, like, that's just weird. Besides, the picks are nice, but the players that they exchanged for is weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I think they could have kept Prince, maybe.
Indiana,
I would have kept LeVert, definitely.
I think they're the same age, so I don't really know.
Yeah, like he's not older than. I mean, like they're not like they don't have like a big age difference. It's not like nothing crazy.
Indiana did good though. I guess they knew they were not going to sign back Oladipo, and then they get LeVert, who's they'll probably have for the next couple of years. So that's good on their part.
And he's under a good deal. Like, and plus, I don't think the Pacers wanted to pay Oladipo 20 mil a year or anything close to that.
That's true.
Yeah.
I finally pulled up the. Sorry, man, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I finally did pull up the trade, and yeah. So just the Rockets get Exum, and like you said, but I don't know. I feel like they kind of like messed up. This is weird. I don't really know. Nick, you can continue your thought. Just I don't know what the Rockets guys just.
Oh, I was just gonna say that Oladipo's 28 and LeVert is 26. So just a 2 year difference. It's not much.
Yeah.
It's good call. But Nick, you can keep going. What do you think?
It's a lot that the Rockets did get. A bunch of first round picks and first round swap picks. And even though the Nets did just get James Harden, it's still. I mean, James Harden to the Nets. That's something he's been fantasizing. He wanted. I think the Pacers silently did really good just taking LeVert away, and that second round pick. They definitely did a really good job just kind of snabbing him.
Definitely. I have a question for you guys. With the swaps, right? So Rockets get the Brooklyn swap for 2021, which would be this upcoming draft, right? Now, with swaps, do you guys have to automatically swap those picks, or do the Rockets get to choose whether they want to swap it or not?
No, they get to choose. I think if the Rockets see that, all right, for example, say the Rockets get like the 20th pick, right, and the Nets get the 25th, the Rockets could be like, oh, you know what, I want that pick, and they just swap.
Okay, because that's what I'm saying. Because clearly, right now, the Nets are going to have a better record than the Rockets. That's obvious. So it says that the swap is going to be for the first year.
Yeah, so they don't have to use the swap.
Okay,
they don't have to use it.
Oh, okay. See, that I didn't know. I thought they maybe had to automatically swap because then they kind of fucked themselves. But I don't really know how that swap works.
Now, like
Yeah,
it's
I didn't even
it's
know it
basically
either.
if you had
Yeah.
the better draft pick, we could just swap it.
Yeah.
Like
It's not like
the
if
Rockets hold
yeah,
all
yeah. It's not like if the
the
Nets had
agreement
like the
fee.
28th pick and like let's say the Rockets get like the 11th pick. The Rockets can't just swap or choose to swap. That's all under the Nets if they want to swap.
Yeah,
That's why he's unprotected and all that stuff.
Okay. Got it. Interesting. All right. And anything else about the Rockets, guys? Like anything else you guys didn't talk about that you guys want to discuss before we get on to the next teams? I want to talk
yeah.
about the Pacers. Go ahead, Mike.
And the picks are unprotected.
Yes, all first round.
Just to put that out there, like they could, bro. They own the future. They own the Nets' future again. Well, like not again, but like the Nets again gave another team control of their future.
But like if the Nets don't, I guess, burn down, I guess, in terms of a team until like 2025, they'll be good though. Because all those picks are gonna be like high first round picks. Because I think all each one of them, James Harden, KD, and Irving, they're all like under contract until like 2023 or 2024 or something like that.
Now
But then
Harden's
after
on the
that,
contract till 2022, and then
all right.
2023 is when he could walk or whatever, or
Yeah.
do what he want to do.
And then after that, if they end up like winning, let's say a chip or two or something, and they could choose to stay for another few more years if they
True.
wanted to, and that could make
That's
KD
true.
want to stay too if he wants to. I don't know about Kyrie, what he's gonna do the next few years.
That's true.
Definitely a wild card.
But that's just that. I mean, those picks are until like 2027. So beyond that, we don't know what will happen after that.
Wow. All right.
And I mean, the Rockets could have low key done this trade now because now they missed out on Dinwiddie. So now the Nets will have Dinwiddie for these next few years now.
Yeah, like, bro. I was saying the things. I was saying the same thing too this morning. I mean, well, like when the trade happened, I was like, the Nets are lucky that Dinwiddie got injured, and Harden was like, like at that interview yesterday when Harden was like, just basically just bashing the team. They got lucky because like the Nets had to get him out like immediately, like they had to.
Something really interesting, a little bit off top. Well, it's on the topic. So the Cavs play the Nets twice in the next week. So we're gonna see Jared Allen play his former team twice. Just pretty interesting. Just pretty interesting. Now let's keep talking about this because I have a lot to talk about, right? Let's talk about the Pacers because Nick mentioned them, so I just want to talk about the Pacers. So let's talk about it. The Pacers get Karis LeVert and a second round pick. And they gave up Oladipo, and that's it, right? Because they didn't have Prince, and the Nets had Prince. So for Oladipo, they got Karis LeVert and a second round pick. So let's take that as a straight up trade. Was that a dub?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Oladipo, again, Oladipo was on an expiring contract, and I don't think the Pacers want to be the team.
For a lot.
Yeah. I don't think the Pacers want to be the team to sign him to a girthy contract. So them trading him to the Rockets was better for them, and plus they got a player who's 2 years younger and who's a walking bucket. That's perfect for them.
And they rather keep paying people like Sabonis and Brogdon.
Yeah. Isn't Oladipo kind of like a bit injury prone? He was injured
Yeah. Oh, he was injured
while.
last season, but he's been playing now. He's been playing pretty decent, but he's still coming off an injury.
Yeah. I mean, and we all know, like, Oladipo's a good NBA player, a starting caliber NBA player, but not a superstar. So maybe a 2, but definitely a 3 more like in like a in a good like NBA winning team, or championship winning team. I'm confused. The biggest confusing part of this whole trade, and you guys can discuss, right? I'm just gonna say this one thing. The biggest part of this whole trade that got me confused is the Cavs, right? The Cavs, I don't even know what they gave up. They had Exum, right?
Just Dante Exum.
Yeah.
So they gave up
And they got-
Exum, right? for Jared Allen and Prince? How? Also, I'm pretty sure they had Milwaukee's first round pick, right? If I'm not mistaken. So that's also what they gave up? So Rockets got Milwaukee's first round pick. That came from somewhere else. No, it wasn't
From the Cavs.
That did come from the
Cavs.
Cavs. So the Cavs gave up Exum and a first round pick for Jared Allen and Prince. I'm trying to like isolate these trades to see who gave up what for what. The Cavs, that's a W. Jared Allen is 22 years old and proved that he can be a starting caliber center. So that's a W. Big W. What a trade.
Yeah, to pair along with Colin Sexton. But then the Cavs have to try to get rid of Drummond now.
Immediately.
They want to keep Allen there.
Yeah,
That's what they will.
yeah. Look, like I was gonna say that the Cavs, like what the Cavs did was smart. Like some people may look at the trade like, oh, now you have 3 centers, but no, like they have a younger center and Jared Allen, and with Drummond has a good trade value, so you could just trade Drummond, hopefully get like a first round pick. You could get like a good decent player, and then the Cavs is just getting better.
Bro, honestly, I would trade Drummond for 1 first round pick. Flat out. Like, punto. Yo, bro, here, take 1. Like, but I don't know who would give it up. Like, I have no idea who would give it up at all.
I mean, it's some team out there that's going to do it.
That is true. That is definitely true. Some team's going to do it.
And it's probably going to happen this season. I don't think they're going to run like 3 centers. And if they do, it's probably going to be like probably a couple of games before they do it.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
The Celtics will try to do it.
Yeah.
I can see that.
All right. Please just keep discussing this trade, guys. Like, what else can you guys say about this trade? Because I feel like no team lost, really. Like, did the teams really lose? I don't feel like any team lost. Every team did, I think, what was best for their team.
I mean, bro, like I feel like with the Nets, like now they have more pressure than ever. To be honest,
a trillion %.
Because, bro, you don't pick 3 MVP caliber players on the same team and don't expect to win a championship. And in my opinion, it's a championship or bust. It's either they either win a championship or the season was a bust or the trade was a bust. Because like you can't trade away your future from now to 2027 and then not even win one championship. And if they don't win a championship, it's going to be like the same situation as what happened when they did the same deal a couple years ago with Paul Pierce, Garnett. Like it's going to be the same caliber. It's going to be the same exact situation they're going to be in if they don't win a championship. It's no going to the finals and that's it.
Yeah, this would just be completely useless.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, they still could get other key players. The thing is, if they could get to the finals this year, but I don't think they would still match up against the Lakers though. In terms of what the Lakers got on
the Lakers
their team.
have
Kenny,
too
plus,
much depth on their team.
Yeah, plus, and they have 3 players with $40 million salaries.
They have to win at least
year.
one or they have to at least win like 1 or 2 chips these next 3 years.
Yeah, for sure. Like if they don't, then that trade was a bust.
Let me be really honest with you guys. I feel like 1 would be worth it. Like how the NBA is now.
Oh, yeah.
Like I feel like 1 championship is worth it. But if they win none, then they're fucked.
Yeah.
Then they messed up. Then it sucks.
Yeah,
I feel even
when you look at
a
a super team, that's like the main objective is at least to get 1 chip out there.
Mm-hmm.
Do
if
they
you can get 1, I mean, no, I don't think this year because like with the things that's going on with Kyrie, I don't think it's gonna,
That's always gonna go on.
And unless they add more players, they could still add players if they want.
Yeah, they have 3 spots.
Yeah, but who they going to trade?
Unless they want to add. No, but just adding players, signing them off the market or something, stuff like that. You never know what could happen.
Yeah.
The only person they could really trade is just, I mean, they have decent role players. I mean, I don't know who else they could trade. I don't think you
Yeah,
give
but
up
they
Shammy
but their
or
No, I
bench
somebody
took
like
wouldn't
a
give
Jeff
him
big
up.
Green.
hit. Their bench took a
Yeah,
hit because
yeah. I don't think you're gonna give up like
DeAndre
Shammy or Jeff Green though. That's the thing.
yeah because
That's the only
DeAndre Jordan was
players you could
going
trade
like
on that team.
yeah because DeAndre Jordan was not playing like good at all this season, and Jared Allen became the starting center, and Jordan was he was not good, and now that you trade away Jared Allen, now you have DeAndre Jordan, a center who wasn't doing good for you guys, and I don't think they have a center off the bench anymore. I don't think so.
You
So
said Jeff
like,
Green playing
and
center.
The only person that could play center is
and
Jeff Green.
plus
That's about it.
and plus
Yeah.
And Jeff
another
Green is very
and
small.
plus yeah, and plus another bad thing about the Nets was that they had no defense. We seen in all the
Yeah.
games this season, the defense was never there. And with this trade, you could say the defense still like wasn't improved. Like nothing was improved on the defensive side. Like the only way that they're going to beat teams is that they out offensing them, like outscoring them. That's the only
And
way I see it.
defense matters in the playoffs. So not in the regular
Exactly,
season.
exactly.
But then
Really,
this, I guess,
really,
this
really
is what
much.
you expect when you try to make a super team with three superstars. You kind of expect to not have that much of a good bench.
But I want to know, look, right? I want to see how Kyrie and Harden's going to play because we already know KD is going to be KD. KD plays good with star players. He played with star players his whole career. He played with Russ. He played with Steph, Clay, Draymond, like Kyrie. Like we all know KD could be, still be the man on a team with superstars. But like I want to see how Kyrie and Harden is going to play together because they both had the similar style of play. They like isolations. They like being the man, taking that shot. Like I don't know how it's going to work out.
That's always a question when two
I feel like
superstars and kind of
that
play
would be
alike.
the
That's always a question though when superstars get matched up together, how they're gonna play together. Same thing happened
Yeah,
with
but
James
like
Harden and Westbrook, stuff like that.
yeah, but like going back when Bron first went to Miami, with D Wade, it was D Wade, LeBron, and Chris Bosh. Like even D Wade said it then. D Wade was like, "Yo, I step back and I let LeBron take the and I let LeBron be the man, like, cause I knew Bron was better and Bron was like
In his
he's that
prime.
man." Yeah, he was in his prime. Like, I'm gonna let him be that man, cause I'm clearly not like I'm still in my prime, but I'm not all the way there, and I don't see Harden or Kyrie being like, "Yo, I'm gonna step back and let him shine a
yeah
little bit more."
wanting to
I don't
step
see
back.
that, and plus Kyrie's ego is crazy. I don't see him saying, "Yo, all right, okay, I'm gonna let Harden take the shot. I'm gonna let Harden keep taking the shots." No, I don't see that, bro. I don't.
I can
And I
see
just
that.
think
I
it's not
could
gonna work out.
possibly see
That's
that
in my
happening.
opinion.
There's just a
Hey,
it's just
what?
it's a lot.
Like this-
It's a lot with Kyrie. Like I think that in of itself is something just nowhere to talk about. Just how kind of chaotic it's been this season with Kyrie Irving, with everything that's been happening. But I think that if he gets his stuff together, I think it will be harder for Harden to be like to take that step back. I personally think it would be harder for Harden to try and take that step back.
Because
Maybe
to be honest, bro, one of them gonna
maybe with the
struggle.
change of environment, he'll be more willing to take that step back. But I think that the chemistry in the locker room is gonna be interesting to watch unfold, to say
Yeah,
the least.
Well, they gotta know
because
what they're getting
bro,
into, though.
because Harden played with two great point guards, like two great all-star caliber point guards, and we seen Chris Paul get traded, and Russell Westbrook get traded,
That's true.
and now he's going to another
And they
situation where there's a player who's like similar to their type of play styles, like Chris Paul and Westbrook's play styles, like born dominant players. I don't know. I don't know.
It's hard, bro. It's really hard. Um, let's. I don't even know. I wanted to just talk about one more thing.
Wait, can you talk about the Sixers? Cause
Oh, please, yes, talk about it, my gosh. But please, bro, we could talk about it later. D, man, what do you think about the
okay,
Sixers?
look,
Did they
I
sell
understand.
by not?
Yeah,
trading
yeah. Like I feel like since they didn't. All right, look, I understand Tyrese Maxey has like potential to be really good, right? But like, what if in a couple of seasons he still hasn't breaking out,
That's true.
and then like them not you look because I think the Rockets really wanted the Sixers trade packages because their packages were more like appealing because they had Matisse Thybulle, they had Mackey, they had Simmons, but I feel like if Mackey doesn't become like the player that they believe, like the Sixers believe that he can become, then it's going to come back and bite them in the ass because Harden is a good player, bro. He's a really good player. And if Mackey can't become like somewhat really good, it's gonna come back and bite him in the ass.
You think if Simmons went to the Rockets, that elevates their standing in the West?
I mean, for this season, no, because you have Wall and Simmons on the same court, and they both not consistent shooters. But like, of course, I mean, I see the Rockets with Ben Simmons as a starting point guard in the future, probably win a championship. Yeah, I see it. But now with John Wall on the team, I feel like they probably going to move John Wall regular season. I mean, like off season, next season, something like that. If they did get Ben Simmons, but
I can't disagree. I cannot disagree. We already talked about it. They all won. None of us disagreed, right? But if we look at everything, right? What team is better than? What team is going to catch more W's? Is it obviously?
I mean, that's an easy question. That's like
it's obviously the Nets.
The
Yeah,
Nets.
it's obviously the Nets,
Even with losing their depth.
bro. Because
Yeah.
look, we're talking about regular season. Yes,
Bro,
they're gonna be good regular season. Yes, but
You
playoff,
can't have
like,
three
come playoff time,
superstars and be trash. You cannot
Yeah.
have three superstars like that and be a very horrible team. Doesn't matter.
Very
come
big.
Same thing on
playoff
the
time,
Warriors.
this is where we gotta
KD,
see.
KD and Curry and Klay Thompson are all on the same team. They really didn't have any type of depth on their teams, but they still managed to do good. I mean, because aside from Curry and Klay Thompson, those are the perfect teammates for KD to play alongside with, because they could play anywhere. They could play off ball perfectly. Well, I mean, we never know. We could see that with James Harden a little bit, but probably not. They're more ball dominant type players.
If honestly, if Harden wants it to work, he's gonna have to copy what Curry did with KD.
Yeah.
So, because we all know,
For sure.
Harden could shoot, right? Kenny, I think you literally just said it perfectly. I think Harden has to look at how KD and Curry played, and he needs to mimic that exact same thing. Because Harden can shoot.
To me,
Curry
that
ISO'd
wouldn't be
once
that
in a
hard.
while.
Yeah, but it's gonna be hard, bro, because you got Kyrie on the team too, bro. Like,
I mean, that's what Kyrie's on
Kyrie
the
is
team.
not
Kyrie can't play like, I guess, like Curry, and he can't
or
play
Clay.
like Curry.
Yeah.
But then Harden's like, he's one of the best scorers in the league. He's gonna find a way to score either way.
True.
But it's all up to Kyrie, I guess, in my opinion. To be honest,
Yeah.
That's hard.
Definitely.
of how he plays alongside them.
And plus, I feel like if they don't make it to the finals, at least in these couple of years when Harden's under contract, in 2023 when his contract is up, he's gonna leave. And
you just walk.
Just ring
and the
chase.
Nets gonna be right back where they started.
Yep. I have a question for you.
No
guys,
future.
I honestly think they'll win one. There's no way they won't win one.
Nah. I don't think so, bro.
I honestly think next year they'll win.
I think.
Early
Yeah, I can see it
They could
happening
win
in the
one.
next 2 years.
I see
Maybe
them
this
winning
year.
next year, right? And then I see the Knicks winning in 2023. Just letting you guys know.
No, you don't.
We just have to see how
You
James
don't
Harden
see
plays
that
in the
happen.
playoff. In the long run, how Harden plays in the playoffs.
That's true. That is true.
and what Kyrie
But then I
and
mean,
is
because
Kyrie going to
but
take
then
a
when you
step
look
back?
at it, like let's see if
Oh,
Harden,
Harden.
let's say if Harden plays bad in the playoffs, right? In a game in the playoffs, right?
Mm.
We seen like a couple playoff games he had like an off night, probably missing at least more than 10 shots. But now he has two superstars along him to fall back on if those shots ain't dropping. I mean, that's the upside for him. Because before he didn't really have that somebody to score on his level to try to, help him, I guess, in a sense.
That is definitely true. I think they need a defense. Like Mike alluded to it earlier, bro. They need defense.
I mean, like, look, defense is what you need in playoffs. To be honest, it's what you really need.
And
Because,
that's
bro,
what
I mean,
be
they
honest,
honestly
who's
just
stopping
need a
AD?
3-and-D wing. They just need a 3-and-D wing. That's all they need.
Yeah.
center.
And another center.
Yeah.
And another center, yes.
Because they only have Green and Jordan.
Green's.
Because, bro,
But
I
I don't think they
bro,
can't
play the
expect to get
Lakers.
they can't expect to get an all-star level type of center. They could just get a backup center for now.
Yeah, they
They'll be
don't
fine.
need like an all-star player. They just
But
need someone that
Allen
can come
would've
off
been
the
good.
bench.
But
Yeah,
they
I feel
had
like
Allen would have been
messed up
really
with
good,
Allen.
bro. Yeah,
But
they really
needed to
messed
trade
up.
Allen, though.
Definitely did.
They literally they couldn't. I don't think they could have done that trade without trading Allen or LeVert. So
And bro, to be honest, bro, if they play against the Lakers, they getting killed. They getting killed, bro. They are, because you just swap AD at center. AD going to work on DeAndre Jordan. He's going to work on him. They have no person to guard AD. It's not going to be KD. It's not. We all know Harden can't guard nobody. What's Kyrie going to do? I mean, Kyrie can't be defense. I mean, I was trying to, but no.
You're just a hater.
Like I just feel like the Lakers is going to smoke them. Like right now, they're going to smoke them. Like if they get a center, now I could see them possibly getting better.
But
I just feel like they're not going to.
But there's nobody.
I know
there's
exactly.
nobody available.
Ain't no good.
At that point, I
center.
don't think nobody could guard AD. Anyways,
You know what would have
even
been nice if they could
center.
somehow.
I mean, you talk about Adebayo in the finals, he really couldn't stop AD. At that point, I don't think nobody could really stop AD the way the player he is. So, I mean, a center, extra center, a decent center would help, or rim protector type of center would help. But at that point, either way, even if they have one, they ain't stopping AD in the finals. He's still killing.
They should have tried to finesse some way to get Turner from the Pacers. If somehow the Nets finessed into that and maybe gave one of their first round picks to the Pacers, I mean, I'm sure the Rockets still wanted
I mean,
it.
if Dinwiddie was
That's
in
what
that,
they
it was
needed.
somewhere in that deal, then
Then
that probably would have happened. That probably would have happened.
Like, because that just would have been perfect for Miles Turner to be there. Like, I feel like that's a center that can start play and help.
That'd be good for them. But
Wow. Okay. How do you guys feel about the Rockets now? I feel like they're definitely not a playoff team now. One chance is gone. I don't think Oladipo helps them.
Their future is
make an
bright.
seed.
The future's definitely looking good right now.
Especially if Kyrie keeps acting. Yeah. I mean, bro, look, no. I'm talking about their future, Brad. Like, their picks. Because, bro, if that next team blows up, like, say for example, Harden's like, yo, I won out, and he leaves 2023. Now the Nets, now the Nets suck. Now the Rockets got all their picks, and now they're gonna be in a situation where they're like the Celtics, drafting good players, and they're gonna be really good.
that situation could be end up similar. That's a big if too, but it's not the same trade though. Though those when they traded for that was the worst trade I've ever seen in my life. That Kevin Garnett trade. I think that was worse than this trade. Let me tell you. In terms of like long term stuff, we seen what happened to it. So,
yeah, but bro, I don't see Kyrie and Harden working out, bro.
And at that point,
Harden doesn't play good with ball dominant players.
At that point, with everything going on, then that point, you end up trading Irving someday, or trading him, or like just he retires or something like that could happen. He retires, that opens cap space or something.
Yeah, a lot of cap space.
Yeah, a lot.
So, but like at that point, you get rid of Irving. At that point, if he's causing problems and stuff like that, so we'll have to end up seeing what happens.
Because as of right now, bro, the situation is chaotic.
My only all right. So let's talk about it. Right. I have Allen. Cavs got better. Doesn't matter what they gave up. They got better because they didn't give up any important players like Sexton, like Kenny talked about. Cavs got better. Pacers got LeVert. They got better for a year or two, even though there's only 2 years apart. LeVert can be better at 28 than Oladipo is now. Rockets just have a lot of picks, so it's just going to be better way in the future, like 4 or 5 years. Maybe the Rockets will be good again. Probably 5 years.
Yeah.
And then the Nets they're playing for now. The Nets should win a championship next year, honestly. Like if they don't, I'll be really shocked. I have them as the favorites already.
Yeah.
So final remarks, guys. Final remarks. Let's go down the list. Nick, you can start first, please. Nick, final remark about the whole trade. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to tell the people? Nick,
I think the secret winners are probably the Cavs, just because they got Prince and Jared Allen, and of course the Pacers just for getting LeVert. And if the Nets figure out everything with Kyrie Irving, if he gets his shit together, if he's able to play alongside Harden and KD, if Harden's able to also take a step back and play a certain role instead of trying to be the star on the team, they should have no problem winning a championship this year or maybe next year. I don't think this year because that Laker team is just too damn good. And the Rockets, they definitely have a bright future ahead of them. They have too many picks to not have a bright future. Boom. Mic drop.
All right, Kenny, final thoughts. Give them to the people.
I just got to piggyback on what he said. I mean, I don't think the Cavs were I think the Pacers won. I mean, or were kind of like the sneaky team that won or that got good out of that trade. We'll have to see how LeVert plays with Indiana, but for me, he has a high ceiling rather than Oladipo.
Very high.
We just have to see how he plays. We know. Who knows?
All right, Mike, drop your mic.
Yeah, I agree with Nick. I feel like the Cavs did win the trade because with Allen, he's a good starting center. Then you could just trade Drummond for like a pick, good decent player, and now you guys probably 8C, 7C, you know.
Hey, maybe the Nets could give away more picks for Drummond.
Yeah.
The only thing with Allen is that one thing that he could mess up on is his offensive game. If not, he's gonna end up just like Rudy.
Yeah, but you can improve that.
Just a rim protector and rebound and stuff.
Nothing
like
else.
I mean, yeah, but
that's if they want to play the offense with him. I mean, it could be easy, but we don't know what could happen. That's up to him if he gets better at that. We always say that could be easy, but you never know. Sometimes players are just gonna stay how they play, and they sometimes don't play the offense through them.
And with the Rockets,
man that plays like that.
And yeah, like with the Rockets, like I feel like originally I was gonna go with the Rockets winning like everything and being like the best team who won the deal, but like their future, like their like the draft picks are based around if the Nets are win a championship and stay together. If that team stays together, then the picks are not going to be really lottery picks or top 10 picks,
They won't be worth anything.
It wouldn't be worth anything. It'd be like 20th pick.
The thing is, they could probably use those picks and just trade them around.
They
have options they could do with it.
Yeah, and and it's I feel like with the Nets, I feel like it's up to it's up to Kyrie. It's up to if how he's going to be able to mesh well with Harden, because we already know what KD could do. We know what Harden could do. We know what Kyrie could do, but it's up to Kyrie's ego, and Harden's too. I'm not gonna lie, Harden's too. How they going to mesh well, and with the Pacers they get good, but I don't know how. It's up in the air with how LeVert's going to play well with the team. I feel like he's going to do well, but who knows?
Mike, that is some brilliant final thoughts. My final thoughts is Rockets is unknown. I won't be able to give them a W until 5-6 years from now. Like you said, it just honestly, this depends on if they're good or not, right? because they have picks going all the way up or swaps up to 2027, right? So if they win a chip, then for the Nets it's worth it. If they don't win a chip, it's not worth it, right? Also, even if they do win a chip, right? Let's say even though 2025 is only 4 years away, which is crazy. Let's say in 4 years, right? The Nets do win one chip in the next 4 years, and then they suck for the last like 2 or 3 years. They don't own those picks, so like then that trade is going to be beneficial to the Rockets. But either way, I don't think like this. It's a good trade, but it is what it is. It's just picks, really, and picks you never know because they can even miss on these picks. So it's just hopefully they can draft well.
And like and like Riri said, they could trade some of those picks too in the future if they want to try to get better. That's up to the front office if they want to get better. I doubt they'll trade most of those picks, but they might trade one or there if they want to get better. Unless they're in a rebuild mode, who knows?
That is a good.
I mean, they signed Christian Wood to like 4 years, I think, and you don't want to waste his years either.
You don't want to waste
in a
him
rebuild. I mean, you paying him a good amount. I don't know if I forget how much the money is, but you want to be paying him in a rebuild. You might as well just trade him.
Something you mentioned, Kenny, about in your final thoughts that I wanted to mention, right? You said you don't want Jared Allen. Sorry, not Jared Allen. Jared Allen. You don't want him to end up like Gobert. Gobert got a max contract, bro.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying he can end up like Gobert. I'm saying he's not gonna be like a 20, 10 rebound type of player. That's what I'm saying. He's not gonna be that unless he somehow gets like that. If he fixes his offensive game, because all he is just rebounding and rim protecting. I'm saying he plays like Gobert in a sense, but he has to fix his offensive game for him to get better, and that's a good thing because he's young, so he could do that.
Yep.
Yeah, he's only 22, bro. He could easily improve that offensive game.
Hopefully.
Bro, look,
and he's playing with Sexton. Sexton is good, so we could see.
Yeah, because look, with Brook Lopez early on in his career, he was never able to shoot the 3-ball. Now look at him, he's lining the shit up,
pulling it from deep.
Yeah, but then we can say that about any center.
You can turn around.
You can say that about any young center, though. That's the thing. We can say that about Mitchell Robinson, but we don't know what could happen. That's the thing. It could be easy for him to turn it to help his offensive game, but we don't know what could happen in the long run.
He could probably see what he's doing works and just work on that and perfect that instead of trying to just add on and develop.
And that's if they want to run the offense through a center like him.
Yeah.
Allen. I mean, you got Sexton and Garland. Kevin Love, I don't know if he's going to stay there. But you run through the offense. You rather run the offense through those people rather than your center.
Yeah, right. Anybody want to say anything before we end this stream about the wild trade in the NBA? Anybody?
Let's keep LeMayu. Keep him, please. Pretty please.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to end on that right there, okay? If you guys enjoyed this live stream, let us know. We can do more, okay? If you guys enjoyed any of our content, please let us know. You can follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter is FearlessSports2. And for now, we're done talking about this massive trade, the Harden to Nets trade. If you guys enjoyed, please hit that like button, share to one of your friends, and if you guys do end up subscribing, hit that bell so you guys know when we're doing these live videos like this, or just when we post a video in general. Okay, as you guys know, it's been Brad, Mike, Kenny, and Nick, and we're out, guys. Peace.
Peace.